Rinus Veekay here. I just swept both races in the Indy Lights races here in Laguna Seca. We're standing in the IndyCar paddock, and I want to say good luck in the last races of the BNL, and I'll be there cheering for you.
Hello one and all, and welcome to the latest edition of the BNL Karting Series update. Of course, you just heard from the guy that just recently took second position and became vice champion of the 2019 Indy Lights Championship. Rinus Veekay from the Netherlands, just 19 years of age, and could be the next big thing from the Netherlands that heads up in IndyCar after the likes of Jan Lammers and, of course, Arie Luyendyk. The 19-year-old has been racing with Junkos Racing for the last 2 seasons, who actually fielded Tatiana Calderon, herself a former karting champion in her own right. And over the last 2 seasons, he's won the Pro Mazda Championship back in 2018. 2019, he was the champion of the F3 Asian Winter Series. But along with this year's Rookie of the Year and also this year's Indy Lights champion, Oliver Askew, they were at it hammer and tongs here in the BNL Karting Series. So Rinus will be sharpening his skills in the off-season, training with us on Thursday and Friday, and will also be helping us with our podium celebrations at the end of the weekend. So a new look, we've got a few things to talk about. I've got limited time. We're going to compact this within a 20-minute show here on the BNL Karting Series update. So first things first, we're going to talk championship fights. We're going to talk about a couple of new developments. We've got Rotax Max Challenge Grand Final tickets to give away. Rotax Max Challenge International Trophies for 2020 to give away. The Rotax Max Euro Winter Cup is coming next February. I'll get onto that a little bit later on. We also have to talk about the title fights coming into this round. But firstly, on behalf of the entire BNL Karting Series organisation, we'd like to thank everybody that has been involved this season. The 11th year of competition as the BNL Karting Series started its journey in 2008 and is organised by Limburg Karting, who have been at the forefront of European karting event management for over 3 decades and has even been on the world and European stage when it comes to kart weekend event management, which includes the CIK FIA championships, both European and worlds as well. Who would have thunk it that a venue known as Karting Genk has been the home for so many drivers in the past few years? But we have a season to end. We have 6 new champions to crown. There could be some title defences maybe happening, but we will see some new names reach the honour roll. So, without further ado, let's roll through the championship title ramifications for this weekend in a nutshell. So I'm going to rattle through these as quickly as humanly possible. I want to get this under 20 minutes. I want to keep you guys as entertained for as quickly as possible because you'll hear my voice and you'll see me if you're at Karting Genk this weekend on the 5th and 6th of October. First up, Micromax. Tommy van der Stroys has a slender lead in the standings by just 15 points. He's on 160. He was Mr. Domination at the first round at Karting Genk. Had a bit of a disastrous weekend behind the wheel at Marienburg, but the drivers that have really come into prominence are the following 3. The top 4 separated by 40 points. Tommy van der Stroys leads on 160. Then it's Casper Schurmans on the number 40 chassis that is 15 points adrift. You go a further 21 points backwards. You get to the number 9 of GKS's very own Thomas Strauven. And then Max Swiderski in the number 19 rounds out the top 4. Dries van Langendonk has an outside mathematical chance, but looks to be on the cusp of getting a top 5 finish, probably maybe even for the weekend, maybe even for the end of the season. But we will have one British attendee, that's confirmed, 14 drivers for this weekend, as Ollie Wise, who was one of the drivers on the podium for the recently held Motorsport UK British Kart Championships Micromax one-off weekend. He was second behind Macaulay Bishop, who took the ticket to Sarno, but becomes the first of 3 drivers, including Taylor Orridge, that were automatically invited through getting a free entry fee only though this, for our finale at Karting Genk. So 14 drivers make up that category. Next up, it's Minimax. Tim Gerhards is on a roll at the moment, having had a couple of blips at the beginning of the Marienburg weekend, but leads on 190 points, 34 ahead of the Netherlands' very own 107, that is Jaden Thien. Now, Thien had a bit of a disaster in the final day at Marienburg, was very consistent at Genk, but is on 156 points. Then we can't rule out last year's runner-up at the Rotax BNL Golden Trophy, Enzo Bol, no less, who finished second to Bruno Modders and got himself a full season pass for 2019. He's currently rounding out the top threes on 132 points. Nick Gerhards is 99 points behind brother Tim, so is a mathematical possibility for the end of the championship, but I don't think it's going to happen. 9 drivers entered for Minimax that this weekend. Then we come to a fully subscribed 36 sellout grid for Junior Max. Mike van Vugt looking to defend his second of 3 titles. He defended his Euro Trophy crown back in Wackersdorf at the beginning of September. Had someone else take the Chrono karting title, which actually ended up being Danny Van Dijk, who's 6th in the standings. But Mike has an opportunity to do the double here in the BNL Karting Series. He's currently on 175 points. He had a bit of a disastrous first race on the second day of competition at Marienburg, and he is 57 points ahead of Tom Reinartz. So both these drivers have qualified for the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Sarno in the latter part of October. But there is going to be a battle royale, believe you me, for third place, which is where the ticket's going to go. The first of 4 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals up for grabs at Karting Genk. And it is going to be between the likes of Chris Hanen from the Netherlands, Dan Ginchard, who's just recently posted on Instagram saying, I might even get third in the championship. You know what? Don't bet against the youngster from the United Kingdom. Milan Coppens has already qualified, as has Danny Van Dijk. Who knows? Maybe even the likes of Tom Adams and Matthew Higgins might be an outside shot. Tom Adams has already got a ticket. Matthew Higgins wants to get a ticket. Dan Ginchard, so it could be a battle of the Brits in Belgium. Who's to think it? So, top 3 separated by 62 points. So Van Vugt on 175, Reinartz on 118, Chris Hanen 5 points adrift in third place on 113. Dan Ginchard is on 98. Milan Coppens on 70. Danny Van Dijk on 65. So juniors, 1 of 4 categories that will give away a ticket for the Grand Finals too on Sunday afternoon. Senior Max, we had to extend the entry banks. We went to 36 pretty quickly, and so the organisers decided, let's up it to 54, shall we? Got 43 at the moment, so there's still time to put your place on the grid. And if you've already qualified for the Grand Finals, why not get some welcome practice 2 weeks before the event itself? Very tight at the top. Just 7 points separate the current points leader, Clayton Ravenscroft in the 399 from KR Sport, and then Belgium's very own GKS Lemons Power powerhouse of Dylan LaHaye on 127. Iljan Brunsils, who qualified for the Grand Finals back at the Euro Trophy Open in Genk in the Easter bank holiday weekend in April, rounds out the top 3, but still has a chance of going for the title. Then, this is the list. Lewis Gilbert in 4th place. Reese Hunter also qualified for the Grand Finals in 5th. Charlie Turner in 6th. Patrick Grunquist 7th. Kai Hunter in 8th. Mick Knowlton and Leroy Jägersar. That completes the top 10, who are all separated by 92 points. So it is going to be a straight-out fight for that final podium spot, if that is possible, on the Champions podium. But I've got a feeling that it's going to be between Ravenscroft and LaHaye. Don't count out Gilbert. Don't count out Turner, who's the outgoing British Super 1 Rotax champion. He wants to move out on a high. He said to me at the Euro Trophy, I'm just going to go and enjoy it and go for the win. Expect the unexpected from Charlie Turner. That's my tip here. Senior Max, 2 of 4 categories that will get Grand Finals tickets. Then DD2, Dionysius Livris leads the standings by a mere 13 points ahead of the defending champion, Zander Schiblak, who has already qualified for the Grand Finals. Livris has got 159 points. Schiblak had a bit of a disaster at Marienburg because the first race of the weekend, he was excluded for unsportsmanlike driving. David Remy could be an outside shot for the title. He's only 45 points behind Dionysius Livris, and Livris, if he has 2 DNFs, and let's say Zander Schiblak has 2 DNFs, Remy could take the lead after the first day if he scores a perfect score of 50 points. But obviously we've got to take into account drop scores before this. So Sebastian de Graan and Jan Schwitter ran out the top 5. Then you got the likes of Jan Negusens, Madeleine Radny from Sweden, and Jamie Billings, who ran out the top 8. So there's a lot of competition. DD2, the champion after the end of the season, will take home also a Grand Finals ticket to Sarno. Then we get to DD2 Masters, and we've got one champion-elect pretty much. Carl Klebelt, the fastest baker from Flanders, who put in his entry just this weekend gone. So the 510 leading on a perfect score, 200 points coming into the final round. Tamsin Germain, 71 points adrift. She's on the verge of taking vice-champion status ahead of Christoph Adams. Christoph has already qualified for the Grand Finals. Christoph Leinen and Michael Becker also ran out the top 5. So that is really the championship side of things. The coverage starts directly at 5 to 9 Central European summertime on both Saturday the 5th and Sunday the 6th of October. You can watch the live stream, which we will be posting through our social media networks, which incidentally will be down in the description below. So make sure you click on like, subscribe, follow, share, like and retweet, whatever we do here on the BNL Karting Series. A big thank you for everyone for your support this season. Now, in addition to that, 2 other main points I need to bring up here. We will be hosting a raffle between the weekend and the championship podiums. Prizes to be announced closer to the event, but there's some good prizes up on offer, I can tell you that much. And then also, I said about the Rotax Max International Trophy, didn't I? Well, we're giving away 3 tickets for the 2020 event, scheduled for around about next August. Dates yet to be confirmed, but I'm sure that we'll be able to make sure that Euro Trophy and BNL and BMC and everybody else that wants to come to the International Trophy to Le Mans has a chance. So, if you do want to come to Karting Genk, Micromax DD2 and DD2 Masters, the weekend winners will take home an entry fee ticket only, and I mean that by entry fee, if you win the weekend result at Karting Genk. That's a hell of an incentive, isn't it? Now, next up, the 20th running of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals is just over 2 weeks away. The 19th to the 26th of October at the Circuito Internazionale Napoli in Sarno, southern Italy, amidst the shadows of the iconic Mount Vesuvius. Well, through international, national and domestic championships, these are the qualifiers for Team Belgium, just released the other day. Take a look at who Belgium will be cheering on at the week of racing action in Sarno in Italy. There we have it, Selen Nys, Jasper Leiners, Tom Reinards, Mylan Coppens, Ilian Brunseels, Roy Curves, Sander Schiblak, Sebastian de Grand, and Christoph Adams. Who else might be joining the list? Well, you never know, do you? Wait and see until we make the official Team Belgium Grand Finals squad presented at Karting Genk on the Sunday afternoon. So to round off this edition of the BNL Karting Series update, one final bit of news. You might have been keeping your eye on social media for the Rotax Max Euro Trophy. Well, for very good reason. Because earlier on this month, Camp Company GmbH, who we are proud to have as our live stream partners here at the BNL Karting Series, are the promoters of the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy, which originally gave out its calendar on the penultimate weekend of the season on the Saturday night, which I just so happened to be their official series commentator and social media coordinator for. It's funny how things fall into place. But then we dropped a bombshell. There were rumours circulating around the paddock, and quite recently, ladies and gentlemen, gear yourselves up for the Rotax Max Euro Winter Cup. Next February the 21st to the 23rd, 2020 at Circuito Karting Campillos in Malaga in southern Spain, just off the Andalusian coast. Entries now open. The link is down in the bottom, in the description below. 30 entrants already. 5 classes will be running: Micro Max, Junior Max, Senior Max, DD2 and DD2 Masters, with season passes entry fee wise for the entire Rotax Max Euro Trophy season, which this year will be heading back to Belgium. So Karting Genk is on their list, first round of the calendar. Early April bank holiday weekend, so Easter once again we host the first round of the Euro. It's not an open this time because of the Winter Cup. Second round back to Adria Karting Raceway, 29th to the 31st of May. Then we head to my home turf, the United Kingdom, and to the home of British karting, the Paul Fletcher International Circuit, also known as the home of Trent Valley Kart Club, and pretty much the home of British karting, between the 10th and the 12th of July. And then the Pro Kart Raceland Circuit in Wackersdorf, Germany, my second home really, being Anglo-German. So to close things out here on the BNL Karting Series, thank you very much so much to everybody that has supported us, that has been watching the BNL updates all the way through the year. We have got a big grandstand finale planned. You better hold on to your socks because they will be blown off quite literally on Sunday afternoon. So to close things off here on the BNL Karting Series, that's it from me, Alex Goldschmidt, your host and official series commentator. Let's have a look at the trailer for the Rotax Max Euro Winter Cup being held in Spain next February. So goodbye from me. I'll see you guys at Karting Genk.